Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. This is the second lecture of the same chapter 4, viruses, bacteria and cyanobacteria. Now we are going to see more details of the bacteria. So if we talk about their structure, they consist of cell wall, plasma membrane which is known as cell membrane also, cytoplasm and nuclear material. Cell wall is present in these structures of bacteria and it is different from the plant cell wall because the cellulose is not present, other materials are present which are consisting of amino acid, sugar and sometimes chitin is also present in the bacterial cell wall. Next to cell wall or inside cell wall there is a layer which is known as plasma membrane or cell membrane and it is attached to cell wall, not completely but at few places. It has many pores. Chemically, it is made up of lipid and protein, and it performs the function of respiration as mitochondria, which is membrane-bound organelle, is not present in bacteria. And it is selective membrane, means it can doesn't allow all of the material to enter inside the bacterial cell. Cytoplasm of bacteria is granular because of the presence of cytoplasmic organelles and it is present from cell membrane to inside till the nuclear region. Small vacuoles, ribosomes and glycogen particles are present. Membrane-bound organelles like endoplasmic reticulum or mitochondria, Golgi apparatus, plastid are absent. Now bacteria is prokaryotic, that means they don't have organized nucleus or as nucleus is absent, so that means nuclear membrane or nucleolus, nucleoplasm is also not present. And a structure like chromosome is absent. Only circular DNA, which is known as chromosomal DNA, similar to chromosome but not the same as chromosome, is present in the nuclear region, means in the middle of the cell. DNA is found as concentrated structure which are known as chromatin bodies. As bacteria is a living organism, that means its cell has to divide. So before this bacterial cell divides, DNA bodies or chromatin bodies replicate or make their copies, so they are equally distributed in daughter cells. As you have studied cell division, so typical mitosis is not found in bacteria. The DNA divides or duplicate in number, double हो जाता है number में, and then by the help of simple method of binary fission, bacteria, a single cell is turned into two or more cells. So this is the structural or typical figure representation. On the basis of nutrition, bacteria can be heterotrophic or autotrophic. If they are heterotrophic, so subtypes are saprophytic, symbiotic, and parasitic. And autotrophic bacteria can be photosynthetic or chemosynthetic. So basically, if we talk about heterotrophic bacteria, so they are those type of bacteria which cannot synthesize their own food. So they take prepared food from other sources. Saprophytic bacteria are those bacteria which gain their food from the dead organic matter. So most of the time they are present in soil because organic matter is present in abundant quantity. What do? They release many enzymes which are outside of the cell where organic compounds are present. That organic compound is divided and is converted into simpler compounds. And then those simpler compounds are absorbed by the bacteria which provides energy to them. All of the dead organic matter or dead animals or plants which are decomposed or decayed in the soil are caused by saprophytic bacteria. Next type is symbiotic bacteria. They are not found alone but they are living in association with other living organisms. They obtain food from the host without harming them. Example is nitrogen fixing bacteria which is found in the root of leguminous plants. The next type of bacteria is parasitic bacteria. which lives inside the host body in the cell or in the tissues. They obtain food from the host at the expense of host. That means they cause a lot of diseases and infections wherever they are found. They lay complex systems of enzymes, so prepared or digested food is taken or absorbed from the host body. Here come the autotrophic bacteria. Autotrophic bacteria are those type of bacteria which can prepare their own food. Means they can prepare organic compounds from the simple inorganic substances. The first one is photosynthetic bacteria. As the name is suggesting, they will perform photosynthesis. So they have some pigments which help them to perform this function or this process of photosynthesis. Those pigments are similar to chlorophyll, but not the same as chlorophyll. So they are termed as bacteriochlorophyll, as they are different from the chlorophyll which is present in plants. These pigments are bounded by invaginated plasma membrane in the cytoplasm and not in the chloroplast. As chloroplast is a cell membrane or membrane bound organelle which is absent in prokaryotic bacteria, so those pigments are found in association with plasma membrane. Then comes chemosynthetic bacteria. They obtain their energy from oxidation of some inorganic substances, and those inorganic substances can be iron, hydrogen, nitrogen, and sulfur compounds. By oxidizing these simple substances or inorganic substances, they synthesize organic compounds. Respiration. On the basis of respiration, bacteria can be aerobe, means they require oxygen for the process of respiration, and they can be obligate aerobe. If they are obligate aerobes, so that means they can survive only in the presence of oxygen. If oxygen is not present, they cannot survive. Next type is anaerobic on the basis of respiration, which don't require oxygen for respiration. Anaerobes can be obligate anaerobes or facultative anaerobes. Obligate aerobes are those which are killed in the presence of oxygen, so they can never be found where oxygen is present. And facultative anaerobes are those anaerobes which facilitate or favors the absence of oxygen, but they can use oxygen also. So basically, facultative aerobes are found everywhere in the presence of oxygen, or there where their oxygen is absent, they can divide or they can respire there also. Importance of bacteria. Bacteria can be useful and harmful in many ways. The first useful aspect is agricultural bacteria. As you know, the bacteria is found in soil and they decompose dead plants and animal bodies. So by the decomposition, various compounds are found, which are nitrates and sulfates, phosphates. These compounds are very necessary and essential and useful for the growth of green plants. Next is alimentary canal bacteria. Alimentary canal bacteria is present in herbivores, which help in digestion of cellulose by producing an enzyme cellulase. Industrial bacteria. There are many processes which are carried out at industrial scale and require the presence of bacteria. Those processes consist of curing and ripening of tobacco leaves, fermentation of sugar into alcohol, ripening of cheese, and so many other processes also. Medicinal bacteria. Uh, you know that many antibiotics are released from the body of bacteria, so those antibiotics are used to cure many of the bacterial infections. Some of the antibiotic drugs are thyroxine, subtilin, riboflavin. Riboflavin is a vitamin which is produced by the bacterium named Clostridium. Now, all of the bacteria are not useful for us, some are harmful as they are pathogenic bacteria which causes disease in plants and animals. The diseases which are caused in man are typhoid, tetanus, cholera, diphtheria, tuberculosis, which is known as TB, and plant diseases included black rot of cabbage, citrus canker, fly blight of pear and apple, ring rot of potato. Basically, the food spoilage is caused by bacteria and fungi. The bacteria can spoil food by the process of fermentation and decomposition. The last type of organism which we are going to see in this chapter is cyanobacteria. These are the blue-green algae and they are also prokaryotic like bacteria. They may occur alone or mean single form as a single cell or they can be found in the form of colony where many cells are found together. Their cell wall is double layered. Inside the cell, protoplasm is present, which can be differentiated into outer and inner region. Outer is colored region, which is known as chromoplasm, and inner one is colorless, which is known as centroplasm. They are found in fresh water. Few of the cyanobacteria are marine. They don't have sexual reproduction. Asexual reproduction takes place. Examples of cyanobacteria are nostoc and Anabaena. If we see the taxonomic position of nostoc, so nostoc belongs to kingdom Prokaryota, which is previously termed as kingdom Monera. They are filamentous, means they are found in colony and their colony is filament in nature or in shape. They are intermixed in the gelatinous mass, form a ball-like structure which you can see in the diagram also. They float on the water. Filaments look like the chain of beads. Cells are referring to bead and the whole cell are found in the form of chain. Filaments are unbranched, means no branches are found. They have single row of rounded or oval cells and each cell has double layered wall. Outer thicker layer is made up of cellulose which is mixed with pectin. Inner layer is thin. This is the layers of cell wall. Inner layer is made up of cellulose. Again, the protoplasm can be divided into chromoplasm, which is outer colored region, and centroplasm, which is inner colorless region. All of the membrane-bound organelles are absent, which includes endoplasmic reticulum, mitochondria, Golgi bodies, and vacuoles. Ribosomes, pseudovacuoles, and reserve food are present. Centroplasm, also called central body, have hereditary material which is DNA in the form of long coiled structure which is known as chromatin body. At interval there are found slightly larger oblong colorless cells with slightly thicker walls. If you see this diagram, so you can see after regular interval heterocysts which are the enlarged cells are found and each heterocyst is the center of nitrogen fixation. So environmental nitrogen which is formed as nitrogen gas is fixed into nitrates and those nitrate compounds are taken by the cell. So that is the end of the lecture. Thank you for listening. Allah Hafiz.